pursuing. Right here is the firefight, a little back and forth. Another close round, a round that I felt Tommy had the better end of. Nice hook right there from Jake Paul. Nice clean hook right there, and then look at how he set it up. He went to the body, and he came back up to the top.
Throw your hard shot. All right. His body. Touch his body on the face.
Taking a look at punches. Tommy Fury has landed 44, thrown 157. Jake has thrown nearly less than half of that. 82, only landed 27. So Tommy Fury is clearly being the busier of the two.
You got to be busy. When you're in the ring with someone who doesn't have experience, you throw a whole lot at them, you know? And when you have opportunities, you throw the whole kitchen sink at them. Right here, this is where Tommy wins. Leading with the jab, backing Jake up, and not allowing Jake to set up that right hand and come off of his back foot with a big punch.
So much for that prediction from both men, stating the fight will not enter the fifth. We are now into that round.
Hey, let's keep it real. Both these guys know what they got to do. This is a 50-50 fight. When you have a 50-50 fight, no, it doesn't go. It goes more than 5 rounds, more than 4 rounds. Because it's 50-50. Both of these guys are trying to set things up and land the big shot.
I don't disagree with what you're saying, but we need to see a separation. And that's what we may be seeing now. We need to see a separation between these guys. What's going to separate them from being 50-50? That's where it starts right now.
Jake Paul threw an overhand right. Tommy was out of the way, and then he clocked Jake Paul with the right of his own.
This is a really good boxing match. I mean, they're trading jabs, they're trading big shots. I like the pace of Tommy.
Hector Abul has deducted 1 point from Jake Paul.
From both of them. He did it from both of them. No?
So it's only to Jake Paul. To my knowledge, he just deducted a point from Jake Paul, not Tommy Fury, because he would have to go to the judges with both men. He only did it with Jake Paul. Left hook, that's set. That one, Tommy Fury might be hurt.
That overhand right still finds a home. Even late, they made no adjustments to that.
Jake Paul still can't afford to get overzealous. These moments where, especially you have points taken, you land a big shot, still take your time because Tommy Fury can eat your shots and he can deliver some of his own.
Under a minute left here in the fifth. The deduction of a point, what does that do to the mental psyche of Jake Paul?
It's not fair, in my personal opinion. I don't believe it's fair. I don't think either fighter is fighting fairly. But what that does to Jake Paul is it makes him feel like he's got to rush. If anything, you can close in and make this a 9-9 round.
I agree with you, Sean. I don't think it's fair either. Both guys were throwing punches at that time. That right hand going to give that point away. It's a close fight.
That's a big right hand, right on the button.
That'll end the fifth round. 3 more rounds to go. Jake Paul deducted a point during that 5th round. Very curious to see how that is significant if it goes to the cards.
Let's see what we get here. It's a big hook right there from Jake Paul. And it's because Tommy has his hands down. What I really want to see, I don't know if they'll give it to us, is where the point was deducted. I just want to say this again. There was no dirty, it's not dirty fighting. Both these guys are running their hands. They're doing what they have to do. At the end of the day, you cannot afford for the ref to be the reason this fight goes one way or the other.
There is a very concerned big brother, Tyson Fury, the WBC heavyweight champion of the world. Very much supporting his younger brother, Tommy Fury. Wherever you're joining us around the world, we thank you so much for enjoying your Sunday. with Jake Paul and Tommy Fury, both men undefeated. On to the 6th we go. There's a left hook connecting for Jake Paul.
Nice 1-2-1 from Jake Paul, and then Tommy comes right back. This is a 50-50 fight. This is what this is going to be. Back and forth, get in the end.
Both men have connected with some power shots. There's an uppercut by Tommy Fury. The Fury corner making a lot of noise as Tommy Fury having more success in this 6th round.
And that right there is old school. Every time you touch your opponent, if your corner is making noise, that's allowing you, that's only making your opponent know that he got hit. And that's exactly what they need to do right now. Make noise. Now who's having the best of the moment right now?
A right uppercut moments ago that found its destination for Tommy Fury.
I like the jab of Tommy. I like the movement of Tommy. What I don't like is that the jab hand doesn't come back and he stands right in line after he throws that jab. Even though Jake has landed some overhand rights, they haven't put Tommy down. They haven't had a significant effect on him. Eventually it'll catch up to you.
There is a small abrasion. It's not bleeding underneath the left eye of Jake Paul. It is not an open wound, but it is an abrasion, a bruise of sorts underneath the left eye of Jake Paul. Compliments of those right hands from Tommy Fury.
There you go. I like what Jake did. He just did a double jab. It was slow. It was slow, but I like to see Jake try to use his jab more. Jab with the jabber. Give him something else to look at. Now, guess what? You need experience to make some adjustments. Opponent has to make some adjustments.
I would like to see him not put so much weight on that front foot. A lot of times he overexerts himself and he overextends himself and he gets caught because he has too much weight on that front foot.
No offense, but they got the wrong reps for this fight. You have to get a rep that understands what he's dealing with. You're dealing with two fighters who are inexperienced and anything can happen. You're dealing with that, let it happen. Look, here we go.
Now 1 point being deducted to Tommy Fury, so therefore it is now a wash when it comes to the point deduction from Jake Paul.
Yeah, this ref is really in the way. I wouldn't say this ref is trying to be a superhero MVP of this thing, but he's just in the way. He doesn't understand what he's dealing with.
Final moments of the 6th round.
You know what? And also, I'm sorry, but to bend the ref, he is doing what he's supposed to do. But in this particular situation, there's some things you just have to be a little more lenient with.
A little more forgiving. Yeah,
exactly.
correct.
Because of what you're dealing with. Yeah.
Final 10 seconds of this 6th round. Tommy Fury, a point deduction.
Yeah.
We're on our way to the 7th.
Good work.
Two rounds, I'll put it on him. Have a tell him. Look out. He's gone.
Here's a look at some of the action from
Water.
the 6th. Right uppercut by Tommy Fury.
I'm supposed to be talking over this, aren't I? Nice uppercut. I saw that when I watched the fight. Tommy Fury, he knocked the guy out with the uppercut. I said, wow, that's a punch right there. If he lands, he might do something for him. Both these guys, man, this is action-packed. It's back and forth. It's everything that we wanted it to be. It's not the big bang that they said it would be, at least not yet. But it's a good boxing match.
Sean, you have it deadlocked at 56.
There he is.
Punches landed through 6. Jake Paul 40 of 122. Fury 70 of 230. They both start off strong here in the 7th round.
If you're going to stand in front of your opponent, you have to have a second move. After you punch, there has to be either defense or more punches, or you have to be able to move out of the way. That is the mistake that Tommy is making. He punches and he stands right there in front of him. Right there. He's able to move. That's what it has to be.
It's a close fight between these two as Jake Paul continues to pursue Tommy Fury. But back comes Fury, right hand to the body. Back comes Jake Paul. A lot of wrestling. Let's just hope that we don't get another point deduction either way.
Yeah, absolutely.
Jake Paul seemed to came out with a little bit more energy this round. I think he understands the urgency to try to move forward on this card.
This is what we call dirty boxing, but it is a lot. They are punching, grabbing, they are hitting on the break. Overhand right by Jake Paul. It's what happens when you have guys that stylistically, styles make fights, and you're going to get a lot of clutching and grabbing with these two.
Absolutely, yeah, a lot of punching. In between the punches, somebody throws, the next person throws, next thing you know, there's a deadlock and there's a hole. Bigger hands right there from Tommy Fury.
A series of 3 right hands that found their mark for the 23-year-old out of Manchester, England. Coming up on a minute to go in this 7th round. We believe it's a close fight here ringside.
I believe it's a really good boxing match. Work the ticket.
These guys are definitely giving us everything we said we wanted. They're fighting, they're boxing, they're entertaining us. This is exactly what we wanted. They're giving the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia everything they wanted here.
And guess what? Jake's landing big shots. You don't see Tommy go down. Tommy's young. Jake's in the ring with older guys. You see Tommy landing punches. Jake's not going down. Guess what? Tommy's been in the ring with guys that can't stand up to him. This is a good, competitive 50-50 fight. I told you guys that. I've been saying it all week. And it's about who gets who first.
Under 30 seconds remaining in the 7th round. Also to note, if Jake Paul wins, there is no rematch clause for Tommy Fury. If Fury wins, Jake Paul does have a rematch clause.
That makes sense. That makes sense. What that means is, essentially, we will be seeing this fight again should Tommy Fury pull this out.
If you look, you can see there's some blood coming down Tommy Fury's eye right now. He got hit on the left eye. That's that overhand right landing over and over again.
One more round to go. There is a cut outside of the left eye of Tommy Fury. Logan Paul and the entire Paul family. Tense moments. Logan Paul hasn't sat down. Oh, that's a bad cut. Some blood streaming outside the left eye of Tommy Fury.
You've got to keep composure, don't walk into it.
And here's how the cut happened.
See if we get it right here. Yeah, right there. One guy coming down, the other guy coming up. Again, nothing on purpose, nothing malicious about anything about this right here. It's just one guy trying to go down the hole, the other guy coming up with some shots. It's boxing, it happens. Guess what, Tommy Fury? Fight through it.
This is when you get the true experience. Everything that he didn't learn up to this point, he's going to have to master his way through this now.
From the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, this is the main event and final round of the fight. Final round.
8th and final round between Jake Paul and Tommy Fury. We have this a close fight. Who will prevail here in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia? Starting strong.
I thought we had some really good rounds.
Hector Abul has rolled to the knockdown. That could be significant. He did it against Anderson Silva, and he's done it here against Tommy Fury.
Punch on you slipped, the punch still landed. You were light on your feet, you stepped wrong, you fell down. That punch has significant effect right there, and we seen it.
Tricks by the proud child, Jake Paul. If there was any doubt if Jake Paul would be able to hold his own against a boxer of his level, he has answered that with resounding fashion.
Absolutely. I mean, this is a 10-8 round at this point. I think this is going to play into the benefit. That knockdown is going to really benefit Jake Paul. Now he's got to stay on his feet and not take anything clean.
Jake Paul has stated, I rise to the occasion. I thrive in the big moments. And in this close fight, when he needed something significant, he got a knockdown against Tommy Fury in the 8th and final final round.
And you can guarantee, as he's fighting, he understands how important this is. He's going to put everything on the line. He just cannot afford to get touched at this point.
But back comes Tommy Fury.
And guess what? If you're a judge and you're doing the right thing, you close in. And Tommy, if Tommy closes the show, this becomes a 9-8 round? Yeah.
Under a minute to go here in the 8th and final round. Tense moments between two unbeaten Jake Paul and Tommy Fury. This place is electric here in the Riyadh, Saudi Arabia.
If you wanted to get your tickets worth tonight, you definitely got the cost of admission taken care of right now. These guys are putting on a show for the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia.
Yeah.
And for the world, for that matter.
I really hate the role that the ref has played in this fight. Thought he should have been a little more lenient with some things. Nonetheless, this has been a really good boxing match. We're almost here at the finish. Let's let it breathe.
What a fight that we've seen. Styles make fights. It is clear that Jake Paul and Tommy Fury were meant for each other. We go towards the final bell. Entertaining fight here in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. Both men believing that victory is in their immediate future.
Tell you what, man, a lot of things are said before a fight. I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. You may know your opponent's game plan. You may know what they might want to do. But when the fists start flying and it gets hot in there, this was truly a 50-50 match. We saw it round after round. Forget the truth, okay? The truth is, we had two fighters in the ring tonight. The truth is, we saw two fighters lay it all in the ring, and they both did what they had to do to win this fight.
So we're looking at the knockdown. That was a knockdown. Let's take a look at it again.
Let's have a look here.
He did not step on his foot. The jab knocked him down.
Absolutely. Was definitely a punch. We see the way the foot comes from underneath him right there. We do see the foot slip. Nonetheless, you got to be strong in a moment like that.
And look at Logan Paul and T. Paul erupt.
Like I said at the very beginning, it's not what people think. It's going to be a much closer fight than they think.
And this was Tommy coming back right here. And I really like the fact that he didn't give up. After that knockdown, he didn't just let that round go away. He said, I got to stay in here, and I got to win this fight. Nice, like, back and forth. A lot of clean shots landed by both guys. You can see that both guys are courageous. Both guys have chins. Both guys are in there for it all. Very impressed with both gentlemen.
So now the fate of the winner lies in three judges as we take a look on what was a very entertaining 8-round main event here this evening. Tyson Fury there, urging on his brother, just like Logan Paul was urging on his brother. Your three judges in this fight: from Belgium, Daniel Vanderlei; from Mexico, Omar Mitoun; from the U.S., Mike Ross. They have the distinction of claiming who is going to win this fight. In my estimation, I think the knockdown for Jake Paul in the 8th round solidified the victory for him.
Yep. I thought Aerosmith Jr., everybody said he slipped. I know I didn't slip, but it ended up being the separation in that match. This knockdown right here, I believe, was the separation in this fight.
Two questions that were answered. One, Jake Paul can box with a boxer of his caliber. Two, Tommy Fury performed at this level and embraced the moment. With that, we send it up to our ring announcer, Michael Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 8 rounds, we go to the scorecards. Mike Ross scores the contest 75-74. He has it for Paul. Omar Mitoun scores it 76-73 for Fury. Daniel Vanderlei scores it 76-73 for the winner by split decision, Tommy
guys. Nothing was left in the corners. Nothing was left in the gym. They laid it all out right here.
Punch dead numbers before we get to you, Coach Wade. Fury, 88 of 302 for a 29% connect percentage. Paul, 49 of 157 for a 31% connect percentage. An emotional Tommy Fury who missed spending time with his new daughter, Bambi. He was there for her birth, and then went right back into camp. Coach Wade, do you agree with the decision?
You know what? I think the round was a little bit closer, but I would not have been mad with a draw, and I definitely accept the win of Tommy Fury winning. But I wonder now, does Jake Paul execute his rematch clause?
Well, I think it was a close fight. I believe that, yes, it was a close fight. Why not do it again?
Yeah, no, you do this one again. After you do something like this,
Tough man, you've got a long way. You started 3 years ago, passed down in 6. But I've nothing but love and respect for you. Thank you, it was a great build up, great fight. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Both men, a sign of respect between the two. Tommy Fury told Jake Paul nothing but love, nothing but respect. What a moment in the career of 23-year-old Tommy Fury. There he is with his brother as well. But Sean, to get to your point, in my opinion, as I thought the knockdown, because I thought it was a close fight. But you know what? The fact is Tommy Fury it would have been a wider victory had Tommy Fury not gotten knocked down in that 8th round.
Right, you're completely right. At the end of the day, again, I think that the ref played a small role in this decision. I think that right now Jake Paul is a little confused right now. I don't think he really knows exactly what happened and how it happened. Nonetheless, I do believe we will get this again.
And look at the emotion from Tommy Fury. And right now we will send it up to Radio Raheem with the victorious Tommy Fury.
Radio Raheem here with Tommy Fury. You have every right to shed these tears of victory, of glory, of joy. You've done something for your family. You've done something for your name. You are more than a contender. You are a warrior. Talk to me about the feelings coming through your heart at this very moment.
For the past 2.5 years, this has always consumed my life. Broke rib, denied access, and everybody thought I was running scared. Tonight, I make my own legacy. I am Tommy Fury. I want to dedicate this fight to my new baby girl, Bambi, at home. My missus, I love you. I can't wait to see you. This fight was for you. It's for you, Bambi. I love you.
This was no easy fight. It took everything in you, all your heart, grit, and soul, even to get up off the canvas. How much was inside you when you stood up off the canvas and finished this fight?
All the way through these 2.5 years, I had a dream, I had a vision I would win this fight, and no one believed me. Now I can stand up and everybody can take note. It was my first main event, 23 years old, I had the world on me, I had pressure on my shoulders, and I came through.
I know your goal is to be a world champion, but this belt around your shoulders right now must be awfully sweet.
This to me is a world title fight. I trained so hard for this. This was my destiny. This was my fate. I want to thank Saudi Arabia for having me. I love you all. Thank you all for turning out. We did it. We did it.
Now we know that Jake Paul has a rematch clause. He may want to do this again. If so, will we see you again in this ring for another war of this magnitude?
100%. This is my first main event. I'm only going to go stronger. I'm only going to go bigger, and I'm only going to go better. There's a lot of nerves coming into here. I override that. If you want a rematch, bring it on.
Thank you for showing up and giving us all you had. Congratulations on an incredible win. Radio Raheem with Tommy Fury.
So Tommy Fury victorious, very emotional. And you know what? This is his moment. He was always been in the shadows of his brother Tyson Fury, but now he can stand alone and say, I was the first guy to beat Jake Paul.
As an athlete who had a brother that was competing as well, I can tell you that Tommy probably didn't feel like he was in Tyson's shadow so much as he was supporting him, and now he feels the same.
Let me first say that making this fight was one of the most difficult things you had to do, but fighting the way you did That makes you a fucking true fighter, a true champion in your heart and soul. We saw you give everything tonight. You are a boxer. You are a man. Talk to me about this fight and the way it went tonight.
No, all respect to Tommy. He won, you know, and don't judge me by my wins. Judge me by my losses. I'll come back. I think we deserve that rematch. It was a great fight, a close fight. I don't know if I agree with the judges. I got a 10-8 round twice. So it is what it is, but this is the boxing. And look, I've already won in life, man. I've already won. I've won in every single way. I have an amazing family, amazing friends, amazing work ethic. I've made it farther than I ever thought that I would, and beyond. So this is definitely a humbling experience. I'll take it on the chin, get back in the gym, and we can run it back because I think we put on an amazing show for the fans tonight.
Let's talk a little bit about technical boxing. You got 2 knockdowns. You stuck behind the jab. You were in there for every minute of every round. How much of your training and strategy was successful tonight?
Honestly, I felt flat. I got sick really bad twice in this camp. Injured my arm. So it wasn't my best performance, but I lost. I'm not making excuses. I'm just saying it wasn't my best performance. I felt a little flat. And like I said, we're going to come back and get that W. Don't judge me by my wins. Judge me by my losses. I'm going to come back stronger.
In the great tradition of boxing, what makes a real fighter is someone who not only comes up off the canvas, but comes back after a loss, comes back better, comes back stronger, faces that opponent and defeats that opponent. You have a rematch clause. Are you ready to be a real boxer? Call that rematch out and do this one more time.
100%. Let's run it back. And thank you to the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, the Ministry of Sport, Prince Khalid. Inshallah, I'll come back and get this W. Shukran for having me. All love.
Thank you to the Fury family. Thank you to the Paul family. Thank you, Pamela. Radio Rahim with Jake Paul.
So Jake Paul claiming, yes, I do want to run it back. And you know what? I agree with him in the sense that I was very entertained. I thought it was a high-level fight for where both guys are in their careers. And I absolutely want to see a rematch because stylistically, it was fun to watch. And it was very competitive on both ends.
Very, very funny to say. And I know the boxing world is probably going to hate me for saying this, but that was high-level boxing for this level. High level for this level. Both guys, man. I'm thoroughly impressed with both gentlemen.
Well, I feel that based on this fight, the fans deserve to see it a second time. Yeah. I want to see it a second time. You talking about entertainment. You talking about both guys putting everything on the line. You talking about them both guys showing mad heart and what they're doing. What more can we ask for a championship / entertaining fight?
This is what I always say. It's not that you lose. It's how you lose. Excuse me. And Jake Paul lost on the scorecards, but he didn't go out there and get hammered and look bad and lose. This was a great competitive fight, and this is the other thing that I like to say. Rematches are better than the first fight.
Absolutely.
Because now you got a story to tell. And now we already know what we can anticipate. Now we look for adjustments and we look for the subtle things that we know to look for now. The second fight, the rematch that we will get, will be better than